you know, in my personal opinion, I think like Cloud like has always been very underrated. Like I didn't
Yeah.
get when people would call him like low tier at the beginning of the game or like
Oh,
mid tier.
I don't know. People were
Like it
just
was,
like kind of dumb about it because like
yeah, yeah.
if you
They're
remember,
like it's they
the,
just saw Nair and up air and they're like,
yeah, he
damn,
got nerfed, so yeah, he's trash. But you know why people
yeah.
really said he wasn't that good? Like realistically, the reason is, at least for me, is that Zero was the first person that put Cloud on a debut, right? And he played in that first tournament like ever, and he lost to Mutace. That was the only tournament he ever played in. Lost to Mutace, ended up coming, I think, ninth in that tournament, and then never played again. And that was the only exposure that Cloud ever had. And they're like, oh, if the best player in the world at the time can't like even place top two, top three, or like first place in the tournament, and losing to Mutace. And the thing is, Mutace was definitely not bad, but he's definitely not the Mutace of today. But as far as Zero being considered better than NK Leo at the start of the game just because of the reputation, it's like, oh, he came ninth place with Cloud. This character sucks. Like, that was basically what. That's kind of the spiral. That's kind of just how it happened.
That's actually a good theory. I like that because I've literally been making this character for 3 years now, and I'm such like a because like before, literally like 3 years ago, I was like completely new to the game. Like oh, I like met someone who's like into like Smash 2, and he introduced me to competitive yada yada, and then like I and I went on this like whole big like thing where okay like oh, they didn't have them in Canada, I don't think, sadly, but like in America at least, or in the US, there was a tailgate tour, right?
There's a what, sorry?
What
was it called?
A tailgate tour, which is like basically they took like beta, like pretty much like not or early like demos of Ultimate,
okay,
and like in like one big like there's a whole big thing, and they like traveled all around the US and such. And I went to one and like got to play early Ultimate.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah, they didn't have those in Canada, but yeah, like you go to like a mall or something like that, and there'd be like versions of the game,
exactly.
and people would play like this, the limited roster or whatever it was. I'm dead.
Yeah, but they had like tons of those. Like there was like 4 or 5, and then there was like a big stage too. It was really cool. And like and so like I went up and checked it out, and I was like with my friend and whatever. It's like, this is super fun and cool. We like got like a bunch of cool like swag. Like we got like hats and like all this like cups and whatever. It was cool. And then they were calling people up on stage, right? I was like, ooh, yeah, I want to play. Like, I want the stage, yeah. And then so the first 2 people, like, or wait, hold on. Rewind, sorry. So they like were calling up the people. I got called up. I was like hyped. I was like, let's go, whatever and such. I was pogging, and so like they call us up, and they had the first 2 people play. They both lost.
Damn.
And keep in mind, by the way, that this is all with like a very casual rule set. Like you got like Newport City and
items and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Or I don't know if there's items. There actually might have not been, but it was very casual. But the first 2 people lost, right? And I was like coming in, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Ike. For Ike was like my Smash 4 main. I didn't like play Smash 4 competitively, but like that's my first contact competitive Smash is basically when it died.
Yeah.
So I picked Ike, bro. I cheesed I think the guy's name was like Jordan Kent or whatever. He was like one of the Nintendo people that runs Nintendo versus stuff or whatever, bro. Like he was up on the stage, and I like cheesed him like by throwing him into the hazard that like insta kills. I like popped off
that dog thing, the purple thing or whatever.
Yes, yeah. I like threw him into that, and I like popped off, and like and I was like smash attacking him. It was so funny, dude. But then I was like, dude, I want to do this, but like for a living, like.
Yeah.
And then like, I was just like, I don't know. It was like being on the stage and like seeing all the people and the hype and all. Like, I just loved the thrill of it, and that's how I got into competing. Basically, long story short.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like, honestly, not even a lot of my friends know how I actually got into competing. So like, oh my god, that was nice.
Did it?
Yeah. Nail the trick?
Apparently, oh shit.
Yeah. How did you get into like Smash and stuff?
I used to stream Smash 4, and before that, like, bro, I'm trying to think. Actually, no, my first tournament was in Smash 4. I didn't really get competitive with it, like as far as going to tournaments and stuff till like the very end of it. It's more so like basically Bayonetta was already out, so basically the very end. I know, pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I went to my first ever Smash 4 tournament after only playing on Wi-Fi. Like that's all the experience I'd ever had was playing on Wi-Fi, mostly for glory, right? And I played against some people like when I streamed and stuff, but as far as real competitive experience, I had basically none. But then, my first tournament, I ended up coming in 3rd place, which was pretty cracked. And I played solo Falco too, which was also like, if you know anything about Falco in that game, he's a bottom 5 character. So yeah, that was
except for the
pretty tremendous pain. Yeah, his back air was good, being frame 4, and yeah, he had some stuff, but for the most part, he was just super slow. His down air was frame 16, bro. Like,
oh my god, pain.
Yeah, it was actual pain. But then from there. Yeah, as soon as Ultimate came out, I just competed like the first week that there's a tournament because I already knew about the scene. And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna do this from day 1 basically. So in my first week, I ended up playing in my first tournament, which was Waves #1, which is a Toronto local, and it was #1 as in the first one. And in my first local ever, I think I went 2-2 or yeah, I think it was either 2-2 or 1-2. But my first tournament local, I beat my first guy. He was also brand new. He was playing Pokemon Trainer. And then right after that, I'm like, yo, okay, like, that wasn't too bad. I was really nervous, and I ended up winning, but I thought I was, like, only okay. But then when I fought him, I was like, okay, maybe I'm better than I think I am, because, like, I beat somebody at least, right? And then I fight the next guy. Happens to be a Richter player by the name of Riddles, and that didn't go well at all. Like, you know what, maybe I suck at this game. And then I realized, like, yo, he came 3rd place in the entire tournament of that one, because it was... JW came first, then Black Twins came second, then Riddles came
third.
Yeah,
because those were the 2 main people, like, or the main competitors of Canada, but now, like, Riddles
is kind of, like, overtaking everybody, for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was competing, like, 3 days a week at least, right? Is he dead? He's dead.
Yeah.
3 days a week, I was competing, and I was basically... I started the YouTube channel basically like at the first day of Ultimate being out, and what I would do is I'd structure my guides around my competitive what's it called, experiences, right? So if I lost to something, I'd make a video about it basically. So I'd lab everything out, make a video about it, and then that's kind of how the channel just came to fruition, I guess, or just came into existence. And yeah, I would compete, like I said, 3 days a week. And if anything just like cheesed me in some way, or I just lost to it, it's like I have no idea how to deal with this, I would just get into like a Discord call with somebody, and we'd lab everything out. And like, yeah, it was kind of like a half and half thing. Like that's how the channel started, and that's how competing started. But yeah, I competed for, I don't even know, a pretty long time, I guess. And then even like before COVID happened, I stopped competing for like months because the channel was just way too much work, and things were going really well with this. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try and push this, because ultimately I'd rather be a content creator than a competitor, at least personally. So yeah, I don't know. As far as like getting into competing in the first place, yeah, I was back in Smash 4 and then Ultimate, and then if the channel wasn't a thing, then maybe I would still be competing now, I guess, or like competing, or I would have been competing more often. But I don't know. It's tough. Like being a competitor in this game, if you're trying to make a living in this game as a competitor, you have to kind of be a content creator anyways. I don't think there's any.
Yeah.
There's no competitors who are like full-time competitors and have no social media of any kind, right? Even if it's like they just stream and that's it. It's like at least they stream, or they do YouTube and they're on TikTok or something, just to supplement their income. It's like, and the top of the top players, they have sponsors too, right? Kind of need to have a sponsor of some sort, whether or not it's like a huge, like a Panda, or like what's it called, like a Liquid, like that kind of a sponsor, something like that, right? They still need to be able to have some sort of income on top of just playing, because like even if you're a good player and you win all the time, you should still be able to, or you still are going to need to make more money than that. Like competing and just doing that alone, it's like, it's, even if you're making like, let's say $180 per tournament, like that's not a full-time income. Like unless you're competing every single day and you win every single tournament, which is just not happening, right? Like you can't reliably, you can't rely on that, I feel like. Oh boy. That was
Yeah,
ton of stuff.
not in this day and age. Though we'll have to see like what happens with like the, you know, because like there's the Panda circuit and then the Low League tournament. I think. I don't know if that's like still a thing, but like I know Low League talked about because like when he transferred over to like YouTube and such, he was saying how he had wanted to like do like a super big like Smash tournament with like where it's like I forget the amount, so I'm not gonna like say, but basically it was like a lot. It was like, you know, definitely more than like World Tour and stuff, and that was like big for us, you know.
Yeah, that's the nice stuff about the Smash scene is like there's not a lot of money in it because Nintendo doesn't give a shit, unfortunately. But like if you look at like other games, like there are tournaments for like Warzone and Apex and League of Legends and Fortnite where the winnings is like over $1 million.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
It's actually insane. Like some of the highest earning Smash players have barely made over $100,000, right? Which is pretty insane. Like insanely bad. I feel like it's not the player's fault or even the community's fault. It's just we don't have a sponsor like Red Bull, you know, or like Under Armour or something like that, or Nintendo. I know.
I mean, yeah. You could just say that and it'd be like, yeah. I mean,
Jeez.
But I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know what the future exactly looks like for like the viability,
Of
like just like Smash's the career.
Yeah.
But I have faith in it as of right now because like I don't know. It's just the backbone of the community is like one of the strongest.
Yeah. We
definitely
have one of the most loyal communities, I guess you could say, where people want to play Smash above everything. We have one, like, as far as fighting game communities go, whether you believe that Smash is a fighting game or not, it's definitely one of the most tight-knit and biggest, right? As far as like if you could compare it to like any other fighting game, whether you believe it is one or not, who has a bigger community than Smash? Right?
Yeah,
maybe
like,
Street Fighter because they've been around for way longer, I guess. But like even then, like before COVID bro. Before COVID happened, Smash at Evo was the biggest spectacle that Evo had ever seen as far as viewership. Right back in 2019, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, over 100,000 viewers. It's way over 100,000 views on their Twitch alone. Not to mention the entire stadium full of people and all that shit. Right. So. Yeah, like the player base, like the viewership, everything was there for Smash. If COVID didn't happen, I feel like this game would have taken over like the face of the FGC, which sounds almost hilarious because it's like the most cartoony kids game there is out of all the games. But it outsold Street Fighter. It's the most sold fighting game in history which is actually cracked. Right? So yeah. Like, as far as longevity of the franchise, I feel like they're gonna make another Smash on another system. They would actually be stupid not to, even if it's not with Sakurai. I talked about this on a stream a while ago, how a lot of players that are like part of the Smash scene, but like not really in it like us, they don't know who Sakurai is. They never watched a single direct because they don't know about any of that stuff. They just play the game. They don't really care if Sakurai makes the next one. You know, they don't care. So instead, they're gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna play the game if it exists. And this game being such a cash cow, like. There's no reason for them to not make this game. There's no reason for them to not make a game again for, like, let's say, the next Nintendo console, whatever it is. I think the reason why people are a little bit worried about that being a thing, though, is, like, how are they going to top this game? As far as, like, there's just so many characters already and so many, like, soundtracks and stages and skins and spirits and everything. Like, if you're going to make another one that has less, it's going to be a letdown, right? Technically, is what people think. So, but... I don't know if that's even true. As far as if it's a letdown or not, what they could do is they could, if they ported this game over, I actually wouldn't be mad. If they ported this game over and gave us new online, maybe a couple new features, and then like another DLC pack, I wouldn't be mad at all. I feel like that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Damn, nice. I just did it.
Huh. Sometimes you gotta do it. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, for me, like I don't know. It's just, oh my god.
The greatest? Yo, let's go.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Oh man.
But with like like Smash and like the next games, like I don't know. Yeah, it's probably still gonna continue, but it's probably gonna be like one of those things where it's like now like the golden era has passed, and
I
it's
don't
just
know,
kind
bro,
of it's gonna
'cause-
still exist and be cool and such, but it's not gonna be like the hypest thing.
but here's the thing with that for me is I feel like that's coming from the perspective of someone who's already in the community, right? Because like if you try
I
to
guess
sell
that's true.
somebody, if you have to sell somebody Melee now who just didn't really keep up with Smash, they'd be like, why do I want to play this when it looks like trash and has like a quarter of the characters? Even if it is technically better, they're not hardcore fans, right? The hardcore fans kind of get left behind in every game, where it's like they want to appeal to the masses or the kids that are interested in what's new and up and coming, right? So if there's like, let's say, a new game that they want to promote and they can do it through Smash, that's the character that gets in the game, right? Same thing with like why Min Min got in, for example. So no one wanted Min Min ever, but there's an Arms 2 or whatever, right? Which also nobody wanted, but it exists. Right, and then Byleth, same thing for Three Houses. No one wanted Byleth, or most people didn't want Byleth, but there's a new game, so they're promoting with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, as far as like for you or me, it's like, would I want to play another game that, let's say, in the future has less movement options than this game, less characters, or maybe even our character gets cut? It's like, would I rather play that than Ultimate? As a content creator, I would, because there's more views to be had and more people are interested in the new stuff, right? Like Smash 4 died instantly when this game came out, you know? Oh, I let go, I guess. I'm
On
dead.
second time.
Bro? Yo?
Oh my god.
Don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it crosses up on parry. It's really odd.
Not bad.
But yeah, I mean, in that way, if it like divides the community enough, we could have like another like melee situation in a way.
The thing is,
But I
even think
I don't feel like that would happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna divide the community because, like, the thing is, like, you gotta remember how many, I guess, new kids jumped into Ultimate that came from Smash 4 and they didn't want to play Melee because Melee was for old people, or Melee was like the old shit. I want to play the new shit, right? So a lot of those players still have that mentality moving forward. Like, for me, I am not going to be like, no, I don't want to play the new Smash. I'm going to play Smash Ultimate because that's the best one. It's like, it's not. It's just not the best one. You can't say that this game is technically better than Melee, but it's more aesthetically pleasing. It has more characters. Like, it's just more satisfying to play. The fact that there's online as well. Like, I know Slippy exists now and stuff. I shouldn't have done that wall jump, but we're trolling. I know Slippy exists and stuff, but like, still, it's like, even the skill curve or skill ceiling or skill floor, I guess, for Melee makes it super hard for players to get into, right? If Melee was like super simple and more people could get into it, then I guess they would. But then it just boils down to aesthetics. It's like, okay, well, if I could play Melee based on it being easy, or Ultimate based on it being easy, I'm probably going to play Ultimate just because you can play online and there's more characters and I don't have to have a GameCube. Like, I'm just current, right? So
It's a lot.
go ahead.
Yeah. It's just like a lot more like appealing to someone looking in.
Yeah, it's more appealing to somebody who has no idea about the Smash competitive scene as well, right? Because think of it this way. There are very few players who have ever gotten into Smash competitively that had never heard of Smash and just jumped in competitive immediately, right? They're typically going to start casual somewhere, right? Versus, also another thing too is you never see competitive players go backwards as far as say, I'm going to be competitive, then go to casual. Like, that doesn't really happen. You could say like content creators do that, but they're doing it for the sake of content creation, right? If you think of someone like Zero, for example, if you went casual, it's because he wanted to do content creation, he wanted to make more money, he wanted to make a name for himself, right? But as far as a regular player, it's like if there's something new, oh no, not this. Hold on. If there's something like, let's say a new Smash game that comes out, there's basically no reason to not play it. Uh-oh. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. I'm down tilted. Like, I guess going back to the whole point of why I brought any of this up is like, if there is a new game, 95% of people are going to play it. They're not going to be like, oh, Sakurai didn't make this, I'm out. Right? I don't think the patriotism, or not patriotism, the the loyalty to Sakurai is there, where it's like if he didn't make it, I'm gonna go out of my way to not play it. That doesn't really make any sense.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, if you, let's say if my entire Discord, for example, or my entire YouTube channel is like, yo, play the new Smash Ultimate. I want to see videos on the new Smash or the new Smash, whatever we call it, Smash 6 or whatever. If I say, no, I'm going to put out videos on Ultimate. Meanwhile, every competitive player, like you got like MKLeo, Tweak, Fatality, The Buzz, like everyone's competing in the new game. That's what all the tournaments are about. Ultimate is like a side event or something like that, but the main real deal where the money is and where people care is in the new game. Then you kind of have to just go there. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think it's gonna be like Smash 4, where like once Ultimate, or, like next Smash game's out, Ultimate just dies like that.
It might, honestly, if a new game, if it comes out and it looks amazing, like. Here's another thing too. Think about how long it's going to be by the time it actually comes out, right? If it comes out like this month or this year, then yeah, this won't die that fast. But like if this game has been stale for like 3 years and everything's been basically figured out, and Sora has been around for 2.5 years already, like he's the last character who's been no patches, people are going to be dying for something new, right?